Now let's talk about a chap who's had a simply fabulous journey. I mean, honestly, you couldn't make it up. Our story begins with the wonderful Paul Bettany. Long before he was a superhero painted purple, he was just a young lad trying to make a go of it. Picture this. A young Paul out on the streets of London with his guitar in hand. He wasn't saving the world then, he was busking. Can you believe it? Playing tunes on the pavement just to earn a few quid. It's a far cry from a multi-million-dollar movie set, isn't it? It just goes to show you that everyone has to start somewhere, even our favorite androids. He wasn't just a musician, of course. The acting bug had bitten him hard. After his time on the streets, he decided to get serious and enrolled in drama school. He worked his way up through theatre, doing all sorts of plays. Then came the movies. You might remember him in A Knight's Tale with the gorgeous Heath Ledger. Oh, he was brilliant in that. He had this amazing energy, this spark that you just couldn't ignore. So here's where it gets really interesting. A director friend of his, a lovely fellow named Jon Favreau, was making a little film you might have heard of. It was called Iron Man. John needed a voice for Tony Stark's super smart computer, his AI butler, if you will. He needed someone with a bit of class, a bit of wit, a voice as smooth as silk. Who do you think he called? Paul, of course. He asked Paul if he'd be interested in voicing this character. J.A.R.V.I.S, just a rather very intelligent system. What a mouthful, Paul thought. Why not? It sounded like a laugh and a very easy paycheck. He'd pop into a recording studio for a couple of hours, read his lines, and then be on his way. He even admitted he thought it was a bit of a silly job. He had no idea what he was getting into, did he? For years, that was his Marvel gig. He was the secret Avenger, the one no one ever saw. As the Marvel universe got bigger and bigger, so did J.A.R.V.I.S.'s role. He was in Iron Man 2, the Avengers Iron Man 3. He was everywhere. He was the constant companion to Tony Stark, the calm, logical voice in a world of chaos and explosions. He was the one running the diagnostics, offering sarcastic advice, keeping the whole Stark operation from falling apart. Paul's voice became iconic. You couldn't imagine Iron Man without J.A.R.V.I.S.'s calm guidance in his ear. But all this time, Paul was still separate from the rest of the cast. He never got to go to the big premieres or hang out with the other actors on set. He was like the ghost in the machine, an essential part of the story that remained completely unseen. Can you imagine all these incredible actors assembling to fight aliens, and Paul's just in a booth somewhere in his pajamas, providing the witty commentary? It's a hilarious image, isn't it? But that was all about to change in the most spectacular way possible. The voice was about to be given a body, from a quick voiceover job to a full-blown superhero role. Talk about a promotion. Just when we thought Vision's story had come to a tragic end in Avengers Infinity War, and honestly, wasn't that just heartbreaking, Marvel had another surprise up its sleeve. They gave Paul and the fabulous Elizabeth Olsen their very own show, WandaVision. And what a show it was. It was weird, it was wonderful, it was funny, it was deeply moving. It put Paul at the center of the story, allowing him to explore every facet of this character. It was his time to shine. The show was a journey through the history of television sitcoms. Paul as a 1950s sitcom dad, Paul as a 1970s groovy husband, Paul as a 1990s parent. He did it all. He showed off amazing comedic timing. The next, breaking our hearts with a single look, he played two versions of himself fighting in a library, a tour de force performance. Magnificent in every scene, what makes his journey unique is that transformation. Busking on the streets of London, becoming a voice in a box, evolving into a world-saving, love-struck android at the heart of the biggest story.